Now, with a report on a new way to relieve stress, here's our reporter, Laura Windsor.
All of us experience external stress in our lives. The way in which clinical hypnotherapy can deal with handling the dangers of the internal effects is the subject of this segment with Dr. Jacqueline-Sidman, author of Instant Inner Peace.
Well, there are two kinds of stress. There's external stress and internal stress. And there's not a whole lot you can do about external stress, the traffic, the weather, deadlines, people pressure, things like that. But then there's internal stress, and that is the reaction to the external stress. And that has to do with how you internalize your reactions. And they come from the subconscious mind. Basically, we learn everything from birth and even before, and it affects the way we live later in life, and our reactive patterns are a result of those early learnings. The Sidman solution is derived from many different modalities. My PhD is, of course, in clinical hypnotherapy, but I've studied many other modalities and worked with thousands of people, and I found that you can't just program somebody. It has to be an interactive restructuring of emotional memory. So it's a very cooperative effort, and it's a solution to the problem. We don't want to just layer on suggestions. We want to get underneath and find out what really caused it and then solve it. Let's just say here's the earth, and here's the conscious mind, and below that is the subconscious mind. Up here is talk therapy. You're not going to get to the root in the subconscious mind. Most hypnosis will take you down to a relaxed state, meditation, suggestions, yoga, but you don't crack that defense mechanism. And what I found when I first started working is that it takes a little bit of work to get through that, because defenses want to keep you safe. But what I've developed is a way to penetrate that defense mechanism and discover where the root cause is. How did it get formed? Can I give you an example? For example, let's just say if somebody was shy. Well, maybe they were yelled at as a child, or they got scared, something scared them, and that is buried under that defense. But when we find that out, we find out they're not a child anymore, that situation is gone. It's an emotion that has no use anymore. It's a useless defense mechanism. A phobia, for example. Someone could be afraid of closed-in places, and maybe they find out they fell into a well as a child. They're not in a well, and they're not a child, but the way the subconscious mind works is it still kicks out the defense going, danger, danger, don't go there. So it talks to you through your emotions, and it makes you feel anxious, nervous, wondering where it came from, and you can't seem to overcome it. And it feels like it's in control of you, but the truth is it's just the way it was set up in the subconscious mind. And by finding that and releasing it and putting in new, updated information, the phobia goes away. Now, I know there's a lot of talk about past lives and all of that. It doesn't have to be a past life. It can be this life. And it can be just the way that we interpreted the world growing up. But we're not children anymore. So now we have a chance to really set ourselves free, and the Sidman solution sets you free. My book, Instant Inner Peace, deals with how you can overcome stress by alleviating those reactive patterns. The opposite of stress is to be cool and calm and then in control. And when you're in control, you feel confident. There's a part of us that is very peaceful, but it's blocked by all these defenses and all this discomfort, and the discomfort leads to dis-ease. So once we calm ourselves by changing those early messages, the dis-ease, discomfort can go away, and we do find peace.
Stress can affect your life in many negative ways. You may not be able to avoid stress, but it's important to find methods to help you cope. I'm Laura Windsor for the American Health Journal.